Hello everyone, welcome to the series of videos on web programming fundamentals. Today we will be discussing in this video the hypertext markup language, the very fundamental language that structures the web pages. So we will move to the slides. So before going into the details of the HTML or hypertext markup language, a brief history note is that HTML specification has evolved through many standards, many versions. Current HTML version is HTML5, and this is actually the living standard. What it means is that it is continuously being updated and maintained. So there is always a change in the standard. So there is no finalization of the standard. So hypertext markup language, as the name suggests, is actually the markup language, and it is used to define the structure and then more specifically the meaning of the web content or the web pages. HTML5 is actually associates the meaning to the markup or the semantics. We will see later. So hypertext actually refers to the links in the document. So there are links which actually connect to the other documents. So one document is connected to the other documents through the links. So these links actually are more usually referred to as the hypertext. And by the markup, actually it means the annotations are the tags that are attached to the web content. So for example, if we attach a tag to the text, so it has some special meaning. Browsers usually use these markups or the tags to display the page. So how to display the content is actually instructed to the browser through these markups or the tags. So for example, if we just attach tags to this slide, so for example at the top we have a heading. For example, we have the in the middle we have the list, so we can attach a tag as a list. At the top right we have a image, so we can attach a tag of image to it, and at the bottom we have a footer, so we can attach a footer tag to it. So this is what HTML means. So we have some content and then we attach tags to it, and these tags provide meaning or the structure of the document. So because we have the markups or the tags, so that's why HTML is actually not the programming language. So there is no logic in the HTML. There is only markup or the tags attached to the content, and this has a special meaning which is interpreted by the browsers how to display the content. So at the basic we have an HTML element. So HTML elements actually are the building blocks of web page. An element is actually a tag. So each element has tags. Usually the text is enclosed into these tags. For example, the tags usually include an opening and a closing tag. So in we have the opening tag, and then we have some content, and then we have some closing tag. The example is, for example, we have a paragraph, so we have a p tag. P is the starting tag, and then we have the end tag, also the p. So some tags also don't have a closing tag. For example, images don't have the closing tag, so it has only one tag. Some elements or tags can also have attributes, and these are specified by name value pairs. So for example, in the image tag above, we have a source, that is the attribute, and, we have the HTML value. HTML elements can also be nested. So one HTML element can be actually nested into another HTML element. So for example, we have the paragraph, and in the paragraph we have the strong tag. Note that the order of tags is important. So in the above example, if we have P as the starting tag and then strong the next enclosing tag, so the strong must be closed before the paragraph. So if we close the paragraph tag first and then strong tag later, it is wrong. Browser will, however, display the content. It will try its best to display the content, but actually the order is important. So we can visualize the HTML document as the source code. We can also see the box visualization, and we can also see the tree visualization. So at the basic, we have the source text or the HTML document. So we have some tags starting from the doc type. This is the HTML5 version. And then we have the HTML tag, and this is actually HTML tag encloses everything. So this is the parent tag. In the HTML, we have two basic tags, head and the body. Head is something that contains some metadata, and then body is something which actually the browser displays. So in the body, for example, we see we have a heading and then we have a paragraph. So in the box visualization, we see that the whole document, it has two boxes, the doc type box and the HTML box. And in the HTML box, we have two boxes, head and body. In the head box, we have another box that is the title. In the body, we have two other boxes, H1 and P. So this can also be depicted as a tree. So at the root, we have the doc type and HTML. Inside HTML, we have its children as a head and body, and head has the child title, and the body has children H1 and P. So we have headings as the HTML elements starting from H1 up to H6. So each heading is actually the is identified by the size of the text. So heading 1 by default has the largest size, and the heading 6 has the smallest size. So if we write the text as a HTML document, the browser will display something like this. Similarly, we have the paragraphs, and inside the paragraphs we can also have some more annotations. For example, we can actually emphasize the tag, we can actually make the text bold also. So strong tag is making the text bold, and the emphasized text tag is actually making the text italic. And then we, for example, have the image tag. So inside the image tag, we have the attribute source, and there we actually specify the file which is to be displayed, the image file which is to be displayed. In case HTML can find the image, it will display the image. In case the browser cannot find the image, so it just will display, for example, alternative text if we provide one. I think there is something missing. For example, quotation marks are formatted wrongly, and also there is no quotation enclosing closing quotation mark for the Google logo as alt property. We will just fix it, but yeah, there's a mistake. Then we have, for example, lists. We can have the ordered list, which is actually the numbered list, items which are numbered, and we can also have the unordered list. So what is different, actually the order list has the OL as the parent tag, and then each element each item has the LI tag. Similarly, if for the unordered list we have UL as the parent tag, and then LIs as the list for the list items. And then for example, we can also have the links in the documents. So this is actually provided by the a tag, and there is a specific property href which actually mentions when what happens or where the browser should go when the link is clicked by the user. So for example, we see a tag with the href with address of the Google. So when user clicks at the Google, the browser will redirect to the uh, to the Google page. Similarly, we can also have the links inside the paragraphs. So below we have a link is actually included in a paragraph. And then finally, we will just talk a bit of forms. So form is actually a mechanism to submit the information from the client side to the server. So at the parent level, we have the form component, the form tag, which can send the data to the server. Inside the form, we have several form controls which can actually collect the data. For example, text, number, choices, etc. The most common control in the form is actually the input control or the input tag. So several types of data can be collected with the input tag depending on the type or the attribute type. So we can we actually have several values for the type attribute. We will just see in the code. So common form elements actually are form, label, input, sub, etc. So that's it for the slides. So that was actually a very basic overview of the HTML. One important point: these videos are recorded live. I actually don't have much time to edit the videos, so as a user, you might feel disengaged a bit. But as always, you can always provide your valuable comments and suggestions how to improve these videos so that information is conveyed in the best manner possible. Thank you for watching, and please keep watching.